Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited. Isis, Escape from Transylvania. The goddess next door and John Haynes must escape a horde of vampires on the hunt in this horror-filled Isis series adventure. Get Isis, Escape from Transylvania in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. I recently did a video about an Omega male who got an $8.8 million judgment against the man who his wife was cheating on him with. And after watching a video from Inside Edition that someone sent me on that video in the comment section, I saw the lessons that guys could learn from this Omega male. And the most important lesson a guy could learn is that they can never invest their emotions in a female early on in a relationship. Now, when it comes down to many of these beta males and omega males, oftentimes they invest their emotions into a female early on when she's paying attention to them. And that's something that usually winds up jamming these guys up months and even years down the road. Now, when it comes down to your beta male and your omega male, they are very emotional. And whenever a woman pays them any sort of attention, what they do when the woman starts paying them attention is they start acting very submissive and they start kowtowing to the woman and they start deferring to her. And they're thinking that by submitting to her, deferring to her, and kowtowing to her, that they are going to win her attention and get more attention from her and more approval from her. But what they are doing in these cases is they're showing this woman how weak they are. And when this woman sees how weak these guys are, what they do is they start seeing that they can get leverage on those guys, and they use that leverage as a way to manipulate these guys, take advantage of these guys, and control these guys. And they use their emotions as a way to control these guys because they know that these guys are emotionally invested in them, because they know that they see his body language as they approach them, start getting nervous and fidgety, and they start knowing that they can eventually control this man and dictate the terms of the relationship. And when it comes down to beta males and omega males, they oftentimes let the woman control the relationship and control the terms of the relationship. And that's why omega males, like the one we saw in the video on Inside Edition, were acting the way they were, talking about this is their wife, even though this woman is cheating on them. But what they're doing by doing that is showing how little value they have. Because when it comes down to your omega male, he invests so many emotions into the female that he elevates her to a higher status above him and elevates her to a higher value than him. And what happens when you do that is that the woman no longer sees you as anyone they need to respect or regard, and they don't have to respect you or regard you because they don't see you as a man. They basically see you either as a tool or they see you as a child. And in the case of this omega male, this female saw this guy as a tool. And this guy had a very successful business that he had outside of many of these NFL games and many of these events with BMX bikes. And she was working at his events as one of the MCs there. And one of the other mistakes this guy made was going out and getting involved with a female at his job. If you have females working for you, you do not get involved with them, because whenever you're involved with a female on your job, the possibility could be that she could eventually file a sexual harassment lawsuit against you and get a judgment against you. And this guy was really playing with fire because he pushed that boundary, married this woman, and then this woman, who saw how weak this guy was, eventually learned to have contempt for this guy, because when women don't respect men, what they do is they cheat on them. Because when it comes down to many of these females, they see a guy like this, they see his weakness as a man, they see his lack of confidence as a man, They see his lack of self-esteem as a man, and they start saying that because I don't see this man as a strong masculine man, I can then push past the boundaries. And she pushed past the boundaries, went and found this Arab guy, and had a relationship she wanted to have with him while spending this guy's money. And this guy was made to look like a complete cuckold because this woman was having an affair with this man, and then he goes back to go fight for a wife who clearly has no respect for him, but he has all this value in her. And the reason why he has all that value in her is because he invested all of his emotions in this female early on. And that's something no man should ever do when it comes to a female. When it comes down to women, no man should invest emotions in a female. Yes, he can like a female. Yes, he can feel attracted to a female. But he has to navigate through his emotions and understand that he is not investing anything in this woman until the woman shows him that she is going to invest emotionally in her. When he sees that she is valuing him, that's when he possibly may invest emotions in her. But until she shows that she is going to invest emotionally in a man, that's when that man stays silent. Because a smart man knows that he cannot invest emotions in a woman early on. Because again, early on in a relationship, many women are very fickle, and they will show you that they aren't interested in certain ways. And when it comes down to some guys, what they will do is they will watch the woman and they will watch her actions, because the actions she takes will show you if she's emotionally invested in you and she's emotionally available. Because this is something your omega males and beta males don't do. Because when it comes down to your beta males and your omega males, they don't understand how to watch body language, they don't understand how to watch nonverbal cues, and they don't understand how to watch actions. These are the three things that let you know if a woman is emotionally available, emotionally interested, and emotionally invested. And these are three things that are very important because women are emotional, and if a woman is opening herself and making herself emotionally available, investing emotionally, and showing emotional actions, that's showing you she is interested in you. And when she does that, she is showing you that you can start investing in her, because when she has to invest in you before you invest in her. And one of the mistakes that your omega males and your beta males make is investing in the woman early on. And when a guy invests emotionally into a woman early on, again, this is what leads to the woman getting leverage over the man, because she then learns that the man is weak, the man does not value himself, and she uses that leverage to take advantage of the man and take control of the relationship. And when it came down to this omega male, this was the mistake that he made, and this mistake led to him winding up getting involved with a predatory female who had absolutely no respect for him, no regard for him, and went out here and cheated on him with another man. And then his later behaviors, like fighting over this female, showed her even more not to respect this man, because this man showed how little respect he had for himself by going out here and fighting for a woman who cheated on him. When it comes down to a man as related to a woman who cheats on him, his actions have to be the following. He has to charge that woman to the game and keep it moving, because that's the only way he can keep his masculinity and his manhood and his intangibles of manhood. When it comes down to a man, he has to understand that there are things more valuable than the attention of this woman, the approval of this woman, or a relationship with this woman. And those things relate to his intangibles of manhood. Because no man should sacrifice things like his dignity, his self-respect, and his self-worth, all to get the attention of females who clearly show you how little respect they have for you, how little regard they have for you, by doing things like cheating on you. If a woman will cheat with another man, she will cheat on you, and that's something that this guy just didn't think about because he was not thinking critically about relationships. And the reason why he wasn't thinking critically about relationships was because he was emotional about the attention he got from a so-called attractive female. And that's another mistake your beta males and your omega males make, because they believe in concepts like Madison Avenue in Hollywood telling you that because a woman is attractive, she has a higher value, when you actuality, you are the one who has the value. You are the prize, and the woman has to show you why she has to be worthy of your time and your attention. Because as the man, you are the one that is the leader, you are the one who is the authority figure, and you are the one who she is looking for to follow. And as the leader, you have to show her why you are a leader. And when it came down to this omega male, it's clear to me that this guy was a follower, and his weak behavior by following that woman all the way to an apartment she moved into with this guy showed me how weak this guy was. Because any smart man would understand that if a woman wants to leave, you just let that female leave, because in this world there are 4 women for every 1 man, and a guy like this guy who had a successful business would have no problem finding another woman to be with if this woman didn't want to be with him. I mean, this guy, I looked at this guy, I said to myself, he has his own business, he has a successful business, and it seems like he just didn't have self-esteem and self-worth. And that was really sad, because if he had applied some of the skills that he used for his business world in his personal life, like putting himself first, building himself up, he would understand his value as a man. And as understanding his value as a man, he would learn to leave that woman behind and go find a woman who would want to spend his time with him, and understand that there are much better females out there who would value his time and value him as a man, and try to make efforts to pursue relationships with those women instead of trying to chase after a woman who clearly showed how little respect she had for him by cheating on him. If you'd like to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon by clicking the link in the description box. And if you want to try some of my SJS Direct publications, you may do so by clicking the link to Amazon.com. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.